Hello, everyone. Well, let me fix this up here so I can tell you where to go. Okay, we're going to find this. Let me do some arrangement here. I'm going to call Holly, and we're going to get that going. Okay, I'm on. I'm not, I'm going to go, hold on, tell them I'm on. Stay with me. I'm going to put you on speaker and I'm going to walk you through, okay? Okay, you're on speaker. Can you hear me, Ollie?
I can.
Okay, I'm trying to find how I can share this here. Event. Okay, it's live now. Okay, I got some people here, so that's good. Okay, I'm gonna go share. Okay, I'm gonna fix my thing on my blog, so they can go on my blog at Frenchy. Tell them to wait a second. Don't send them there right away. 1 minute. Let me go fix my blog. Everybody that come in, we will start this. I had difficulty this morning. So just hold on 1 minute because I need to go correct this here. Okay, I'm going to put new log in. Click here. I will talk to myself like that till we fix everything. So the link. Okay. I'm going to remove this one here. Okay, Ollie, my blog, it's updated, so you can go there, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube, not YouTube, but Facebook also. New log in. Here we go. Okay, now we should be all set. So I'm going to go back in the video and see. Okay, this is the new one and I get the link to their Ollie Direct. So that should help them.
On the old one too, so I'll keep redirecting.
Okay, and I put the link there if you can copy that. Okay? Okay, can you all see me? So that's the question now. See if we get all this set up. I know where the problem went wrong, but till then, here we go. Okay, so now we're going to go and let's hope that I got the right thing here. I see it there. Okay, let's see if I get somebody. Hello, everyone. Well, it's always complication sometimes, but I learned to go with it and learn from it, right? So now I'm looking. Okay, I see we are on there. Awesome. So I'm just going to wait a few minutes here. I know we're already late. This is going to be recorded. So I'm just going to wait a little bit. It's been a challenge. So hopefully, I just want to check my blog to make sure that link is correct. I went to correct the blog, and anytime I know that I say that over and over, that when something happened, it's the best place. It's always on my blog to go check it out. And it seems it is working there, so that's awesome. And then on Facebook, I redirect them there. So we should be all good. So let me get out a few of the windows so I'm not losing all my powerful connection. So I just want to see where, okay, yippee, here we go. So, well, welcome to the little challenge, and I know exactly where it went wrong. I think that some of the um, connection got changed from my YouTube to the Facebook, and I think that's why it mismatched there. So we're gonna get started right away, right? We're already what, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes? That's not like me. So we're gonna do the triangle box. We're going to do the regular box, and then I got many more boxes right here. Those little box. So we don't have time to do it all. And this one, if you look the bottom, I don't have a bottom like the other one, like this. So I put the cover inside. So they are so cute. So in the PDF file, if you choose to place an order and get the PDF file, you will see all these one, and I got an extra video in that PDF file to explain more about the triangle, because it's quite a bit of a trick to that. I know I said it took me many hours. I think it was over 8 hours. But now for you it won't be that long, because I'm gonna make one live in less than an hour, and well, I'm gonna make two. I'm gonna make the square and the triangle in less than an hour. The work been done for you, but in the video, in the extra video in the PDF file, I explain if you want to do different size triangle. After you know the pattern of the how to make a triangle, it's much easier. So I did the hard work there. So the hostess code, it's PX. Oops, all is calling. Hello? Oh, an echo. We fixed that last time. Do you remember what we did? Okay, let's me check that. 1 minute. Thank you. We'll fix that. Okay, an echo. Let me check that. We will fix that in a minute here. I remember we did something for echo. It is in the microphone. Okay, you know what? I cannot hear if I get an echo. Yes, I can hear. So, testing. Okay, let me. Yes, it is. Okay, let me check what else. I hear the big echo. Let me see what we get wrong. Okay, where was it? Let me check one thing here. We got a big echo because I sure can hear it. Well, it's really is a challenge today, right? Hmm. And it's no way to pause this. Do I have to restart it and it's going to be 3 times a charm? I cannot believe this. Well, I can, let's see. This is not good. You know what, my friend? I think that I cannot switch the volume. Hello? Oh, hello? Holly? You're not hearing the echo now? Okay. What about I change a volume? Okay. And keep me posted, okay? Thanks. Bye-bye. Well, I guess you guys don't hear the echo. I sure can. So, let's see if Ollie gonna tell me if it's good or bad. I'm very confused. So okay, for the PDF file with an order of $40 with this oscilloscope PX6GHG63, you will get the oscilloscope. You will get the PDF file. It's like 8 or 9 page with the both box and the extra one. So let's get started because I feel we're running out of time. Okay, we're gonna bring the big shot. And one thing that I want to say, okay, I have to flip you down, right? You're gonna go up, upside down. Here we go. Okay, and this here, you know what? Let me bring you right here. I think that's gonna be much better. I can move you right here for the big shot. Here we go. So for the big shot here, I'm gonna flip you again. Here we go. Now you get the big shot. Okay, so this die framelit, the bundle, the balloon adventure, it is while supplies last. And just before we get in, I check it was still available, but note that it is while supplies last. So for both box, you want to do the same thing. So you're going to take a piece of cardstock. I'm using shimmer cardstock for today. It's going to be 5 3/4 long by 11. We're going to use the full one. We're going to trim after. It's easier to trim after than before because sometimes you can move it just a little bit and that wouldn't be enough. So again, it is 5 3/4 by 11. I just want to make sure it's no echo there. It's going to call Ollie. Okay, put it on your board. So I got my regular platform, the extender that come with the clear plate. Okay, every place you're going to set it, you're going to have to put it the same way. So, is it okay over there?
Well, some people can't hear you, but I hear you fine.
So you
I
hear,
told them to go out and back in, and it didn't help them.
okay, and you can hear me good, you?
I can, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Keep me posted. Okay, so you want to put it right at the edge. And what I like to do, it's at the top also. And then right here. So never mind the bottom. You're going to go at the top. Oops, it's better if I show you here. So you're going to go right at the top of your paper and right at the edge of your paper. Now we're going to roll this through, and we're going to have to do that 3 times. Oops, to make sure maybe it's not moving, you want to use a Post-it note for this. So I'm going to use a Post-it note just to make sure it's not moving. Okay, let's roll this through. Because it's important that you're going to have all the same size here. Here we go. Bring this back here. Let's do another one. Okay, this time you're going to put it right at the, can you see this? Where it kind of, how can I say that? Score, you're going to put that right at the edge of that, again, right at the edge of the paper. Here we go. Put that there. Let's roll this again. So we have to do this on this piece of paper 3 times. Even the box that it's 4, the paper is not long enough for 4. So I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that. And even 12 by 12 paper wouldn't be big enough. So I'm using regular paper. Here we go. And you're going to be happy that I pre-done the other ones. So we're almost done at the big shot. Again, right at the edge here. Let's remove this. Right at the edge. One thing, Ollie, you can tell them it's turned their volume to. They get their volume on YouTube and they get the volume on their computer or device. Here we go. So again, I lined that up right at the top and right at my score line. We're going to roll this through. So this is it for the cutting. But what I've done, you're going to need to do one more of them, a single one. So you're going to need to do a single one of them also for the square box. Let's bring you back at my desk here. So you're going to go back up. Oops. And then here we go. Let's set that up good because this is how you're going to stay for the rest of the live cast here. Here we go. Okay, I think you can see pretty good there. So like I said, you're going to need to do this to the 3 of them. And if you want to do the triangle box, well, then this is it. That's going to be it on this one. You can use the brush to remove everything, or you can use your poker, whatever that works best for you. So let me, so it's better when you keep the frame on top of it though, but it really it's a friendly die, trust me. I just gonna, see, I just get a few plays there. And if you keep the die on it, it's much easier. here we go. So now you got this ready to roll. Now, before you would do anything with the box, I recommend that you would do your stamping. So in the stamping, you got party on, you got happy birthday, whatever, it's a party, whatever you prefer. I like to use the banner. I'm going to do the banner in Night of Need. So let's take, okay, we're going to remove this here because this is done. And we're going to do our stamping first. So we're going to do in Night of Navy. And that matched so lovely together. That's the beauty of this set. You don't have to worry about what you're going to use or anything. It's all there for you. Okay, need a bit of cleaner. Okay, I sure hope that everything turned out good. Okay, it's 56 to 476. I'm just looking at a few things there. There we go. Now you can decide what, if you put party on, let's celebrate. I'm going to put let's celebrate me because the reason why I like celebrate, it can be for birthday, it can be for anniversary, it can be for somebody at work that had been promoted. So let's celebrate me for many occasions. So this way, if you do some of them in advance, it doesn't matter the occasion you need it for, or the 4th of July. Those colors are very lovely for the 4th of July. So that would be great. Now, the next step would be to do all of your, and I pre-cut them all. And everything, it's from the same framelit. Everything, it's inside this. I'm just checking as we go here to make sure that it's still faint, the volume. Not sure what to say about the volume if it's faint. So yeah, everything it's in here. So what you're going to do, the best thing is to use fine tip glue to glue, but you know that I'm not a fan of fine tip glue. I like fine tip glue for different things, but I'd rather use Tombow. So what I done when my fine tip glue was empty, I used Tombow. So inside of this here, it is Tombow. It is not a fine tip glue. So here it is. So I'm going to put one right here. And what you're going to do, I'm going to show you how to mix the two that they don't overlap. So I'm going to put one right here. So I would mix them, you know, red and blue. And so, okay, I got, here I'm going to put a line over there, and here I'm going to put this here. So I try to put the polka dot all at the top. And the reason why I try to put all the polka dot at the top, it's because I learned what I need to be removing so they're not on each other. So you see, if I don't trim this one here and put the other one, it's almost like the balloon go inside the balloon, if that make any sense what I'm trying to say. See, you see right here. So what you want to do, so this is one, the second one need to go. So just go right here, and test that if you remove enough and see if that's going to work. Because here it's go right at the side, so it's perfectly fine. And this, it go right here. See? So I just got the little snip there. Just go right at the edge of the other one there. So now I can glue this one. I can glue this one down. This one needs to go first though. This, and then this one gonna go at the top. So let me, here we go. And again, this is not fine tip glue, it is Tombow glue in there. So I would do this, oops, and then this one. And then when you cut with the big shot, you're gonna see that one side it's smooth and one side it's more like rough. The rough side, you want it in the back. Here we go. And then I did the same, oops, see up here a little balloon. See, now it's perfectly, they match, they don't overlap on each other. Now, the bow, it's the same thing. The bow, you can put it first or after. If you want it at the bottom on top of the cover at the bottom, then you're going to have to keep that for the end. So now you're going to do that on all three sides. We won't make you watch this. And after you've done all three sides, we need to trim this. So this little edge just need to be a 1/4 inch. So you can remove a 1/4 inch right here. You don't want more than a 1/4 inch. I could have kept a little bit longer there. You want to keep a 1/4 inch. So it's about 10 and 3/4 you want. But depends if you overlap off a little bit. So you want to keep just a 1/4 inch there. Now turn that inside out here and decide what you want. If you want window sheet or vellum. I'm using window sheet, and the window sheet measure 5.5 by 3 3/8. So again, it's 5.5, 3 3/8, and it doesn't matter if it's the square or the triangle, it's the same thing. So what you want to do, it's use Tombow glue. This one feels empty. I want to go quicker, so I just want to make sure those little things up. So I'm gonna, and then make sure to go all around your frame for sure, because that's where the window gonna hold on. So I like to put my silicone in the back, so that way if I'm off on my glue, it goes on the silicone. Okay, and then again here, I won't worry if it's very solid or not for now, because I'm trying to stay in a decent time here. There we go. So you're going to do that on all three square. And like I said, it don't matter if it's villa or window sheet, it is the same. And again, the window sheet, it's 5.5 by 3 3/8. Make sure when you put your window, you don't pass your score there. Here we go. And let's keep on moving. And then the next one. I should have brushed them a little bit more. I get a little bit of what I call the fuzzy air here when you cut it with the big shot. Okay, then it's pretty much done. We just have to do the triangle, and that it's the most challenging. Here we go. Okay, remember the inside here, nobody gonna see it. So even if it looks dirty a little bit or whatever, it's okay. Okay, so that is done. We're gonna let that settle and dry a bit. So while that's settle and dry, I'm gonna bring the magic of the camera here. And voila. And I know I get the other one done because I show it to you over here. Here it is. Okay, so when it's 4, like I said, you need to do another one, and you're going to start right at the edge of your paper, and you're going to see the score and keep a 1/4 inch there. If you want to start exactly at the, again, it's 5 1/4 long, and it is 3 3/4, about 3 3/4. So for the 4, I already did in the blue and crushed curry. I think those two colors go lovely together. One thing you want to keep your flap on the right, or if you do on the left, they have to be both on the left because you want to be able to close it. So I got it on the left, on the right, right here, and then the other one. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to bring my silicone mat here, and we're going to glue this together to do our box. This one is the regular, this one is the regular box. It's much easier to put together. The reason why, it's because you can do it flat. Anytime that you do a 3D, that you can do it flat, it's much easier. You see, I got a bit of glue here. I'm going to remove that. Here we go. Okay, now let's make sure that you want to make sure you get glue all here, because that's what holds your box together. So just make sure you get your glue all against this. Take your the end where you don't have a flap here. Put that right at the edge of your score line. Here we go. And where I have the glue there, we're going to remove that. Okay, let's open this up now. Now we can close this one, and this is going to go there. See how easy it is when it's on one piece of, a square. You can do it flat. The triangle, that's where it's going to come tricky because we cannot do it flat. So again, put plenty of glue, but not too much that it go poo-poo on the side there. Like here. If that happened, just remove it. Okay. Now we're going to do our box itself. So what you're going to need for your box, your top or the bottom, and this can vary a little bit, depends on how close you did your when you cut your thing. So that's why the next video I show you tips on how to switch size, because sometimes 1/16, 1/8 of an inch going to make difference. But if you score right at the edge of each of them, your top here should be 4.5 by 4.5. So let's measure that twice. Yes, 4.5 by 4.5, and you're going to score all around at 1/2 inch. So what I done, let's remove this. I score all this at 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. Okay, so again, the top, it is 4.5 by 4.5. Now we're going to reinforce all our score. And again. Okay, now let's cut this. And when I cut right here, I want to remove just that score line. And it make a difference when you're gonna fold this, make it as the box, the cover. See, I just removed that score line. So make sure you cut on the same direction. So I get here. I don't want to come here and cut there. I want to go in the same direction. So I'm gonna come here. Remove that little thing. Here we go. Now we can, oops. When you put tumble glue in this, tap it down before you close it. So you push the glue down and then close it. Somebody was saying it gets stuck around there. Just make sure you tap it. Okay, now we're going to glue, you can use fast fuse, or again, I like my tumble for this. So do on 4 flaps. I should have put my cover first. We're going to put the cover in this again. I like to put the cover when, the top when it's flat. So this here measure 3 and 3/8 by 3 3/8. So we're gonna use, usually I like to use fast fuse or tumble. You know what? I got snail right here. Oh, my snail is empty. That's funny. Let's grab another one. Here we go. And we're going to put that right here. Okay, now let's close our box. Or this is the cover in the bottom. It is the same size for the cover and the bottom. So you see, I just mount that right there, flush with the corner there. And if you still have a little bit of that thing that will remove, just trim that little extra there. Okay, this one don't have enough glue, I think. And this one, I'm not picky really. Do you know why I'm not picky if it's staying very glue? Because this one, we're going to use some washi tape. So let me, it's someplace around here. Here we go. I like to start just a little bit on one side here. Just, here we go. And just go around. And just push it very smooth. Make sure your corners are flush. And again. And again. It's very easy to put the washi tape on this because it's a great size for this. Here we go. Oops. You want to try it in the same direction here. And then I'm going to put that right at the edge. Voila. See how perfectly it matched? And again, all the supplies, it's all listed in the PDF file. If some of it is sold out, I'm sure we can figure something to match it. Did you see what I done? It was rough a little bit, not rough, but not quite equal. So I just used my snip and just give it a little bit of a little air cut here. See, just barely remove some. Okay, now we're ready to put our box together. Make sure this was glued very good. So this here, gonna go at the bottom. Voila. So that's what I'm saying. Depends how tight you went. Maybe it would pucker a bit, so you don't want that. You would do a bit bigger. But for the bottom, like this one here, it fit very nice. What you can do, here it is. Because the bottom, it doesn't matter if it comes out, right? So what you want to do is take your tumble glue here. And then remember I said it is the same size. Well, something I should clarify about that. Like this one here, because the cover go inside, won't be the same size. It's just cover. This is just a cover here. So maybe you can, no, you cannot see inside. This is a cover at the bottom, so really it's not a box. Because if you would want to put a box inside to have it inside this, then it'd have to be smaller because it had to wrap on top for the out. So if you want in, you need a little bit smaller to go inside. Don't know if that makes sense. But the small one, it's just, here we go down. Now what you're going to do, make sure it's pushed all the way down. You're going to put your finger and push it against your glue in here. And it's important that you do your bottom before your top. And I should have paid attention and keep my little flap out of my bow there, like this. Maybe it's not too late for this. Here we go. See, look much better. So that's what I was saying. For your bow, you can, oops, that one I can't. You can wait at the end and have your bow out. So make sure you push it all the way down, and voila. Now, I got the cover. This one I don't have my, oh, see what I done? I put that at the bottom. Well, it's too late. I can cut another one. I will cut another one. So pay attention because really you don't need that at the bottom. So this should have been my bottom, but I can add another one. Now for the lights, where's my cover? Here it is. For the lights, I use the little twinkle lights that I got the link for Amazon. And what I done, it's just use glue dots right in the back here. So then you can put right on top, put your little twinkle light in. They don't twinkle, but they're like little fairy light or little tea light. See? So that way, you can buy some with timer also. This way here, you can, see how pretty it is? You can just lift your top and close it so you don't have to go in the bottom and empty all that wire every time. You just go here and voila. See how pretty it is? So this is how to do the square one. Now we're going to finish the triangle. Okay, now you have to put your thinking cap on. And I'm going to show you how to close this one. So I will finish the top and that after the live event because you saw the basic, right? So you want to fold this all together, reinforce all your score here because it don't really score much. It's just score a little bit. So fold this. I just wanted the glue to dry completely before I start moving stuff around and it starts to shift. So it's important that you let your window sheet dry completely before you start any more motion because if not, it's going to move your window sheet. I'm hearing my phone buzzing. I just want to make sure it's not Holly. There we go. Oops. Here, I get a little bit of a problem here. Did you see my window went on top of my score line? So what you're going to do, it's important that it don't go on top of your score line. So let's remove this a bit because we need to be able to have a full length to close our box or adhere our box here. So remember I said I went a little bit too much smaller here, but we're going to make it work though. So now what you're going to do, it's again, take your tumble glue, put that right here. Okay, this one we cannot do it flat, and that's what make it challenge. Because see, so what I do, I'm going to try to make it that you can see it. I'm going to raise this up here. Just going to go right at the edge there. See, I got glue on the side there. Don't worry about that. And then I just take this and pinch it. Make sure it's straight and pinch. Pinch this. And the reason, because you cannot, on 3 sides, it don't go flat. It's almost like you would do something, a circle. Just make sure it stay flat. Here, I don't think I get enough glue. Let's see. Okay. So make sure it stay flat. And then I'm just going to pinch it there a bit till it really bond together. And if you get glue on your hand like I do, don't worry about that. We're going to erase that after if we get glue on our pretty white there. But you want to make sure to, like here, I can add a bit of glue here. And that's where the tumble and the fine tip glue come very handy. Because you can come right here. Here we go. And all this up. So that's how you're going to do this. I didn't find another easier way to get your triangle together. So now we won't play with that for now. We're going to leave that aside and we're going to do our top because you want it to dry and have a good bond before you do it. Now, like I say in the other video or how to do a triangle, you have to know one side, the measurement of one side, and this here it's 3.5. So I needed cover for 3.5. Well, I thought, okay, I'm gonna do 4 and add ½ inch. It don't work that way. You need 90 degrees here. So what we're gonna do, I get the measurement and I get 2 different ones, depending how tight you're going to close your box. So for a 3.5, and I would say after you find the size that you need for like 3.5, 4.5 triangle, save those numbers because that's what you're going to need for next time. So for our 3.5, and I give you different, see all my measurement here. I get you many different measurements. So this one here measure 5, and we're gonna play with the 16 and all the 5/8 and all that because we need that. So it is 5 3/8 by 4 5/8. So 4 5/8 this way, and then it is 5 3/8 this way. The trick to is you always have to find your center. So I mark my center. So my center from 5 3/8, it is 2 11/16. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 11/16. So then I mark it there. So that's where you need to know your square. And then if you don't know the length here, what you would do, you would measure from your center to the side there where is our triangle. By the time it's going to be done, it's going to be a 5 3/8. You're going to measure it 5 3/8 right at the tip, and that's the length that you would need. I explained that a little bit more in the video. So now you get all the size. You don't have to cover any of that. I give you all the size. So this is 5 3/8 by 4 3/8. 5 3/8 at the top. You mark your center at 2 11/16. You're going to take your mark to your point. So your mark to your point, and you're going to cut that. Here we go. Do the same thing on the other side. Your mark to your point and cut that. Voila, you get a perfect triangle. How do you know if you get a perfect triangle? All three sides should be the same measurement. So I get 5 3/8 and turn it around. I get 5 3/8 and turn it around, and I get 5 3/8. That's how you know that if you get the perfect proportion triangle. Now, for my box, I want to have a flap going down, a cover. I don't want just, I want something to hold on to. So we're going to score at 1/2 inch all around. And so put that at 1/2 inch. You cannot go against here because you see it don't work that way. So you're going to put this at 1/2 inch, right straight there, hold it tight, and score. Do the other side, 1/2 inch, and score. Turn it around, 1/2 inch, and score. Here we go. Now, what you're going to need, I got a piece of crumb cake here. I think going to be a good contrast. No, I don't like that because this is kind of crumb cake. Okay, let me find a piece of white cardstock. What you need is just a piece that it's square, and this is not square. I mean, a good, here we go. You need a straight edge here. What you're going to do, this is the most important step in your triangle. It's too big. Okay, what you're going to do, it's on your score line here. On the inside, you're going to put your, you need to do the 90 degrees. So you're going to go right where it's joined, where it marked the X here, right the center of your X. You're going to do a straight line here. See? So this needs to be straight with your score and stop at where the X go and do a line. And I'm going to move this. Oops. Let me stay that focus there. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side. Keep that straight on your score line. Stop at where it marked the X, the center of your X. Keep that straight on your score line. Do a line. We have to do that on all sides of the triangle. So again, keep that straight with your score line. Stop at the center of where you get the X. Right here you get the X. And then I'm going to go right here. And that I cannot say over and over. That is the magic of a top or a bottom for a triangle box. That's where that we struggle when we were making that. We fold it many different ways and it don't work. So you need to find that center of your X and do your mark. See? Now, we need to remove some extra stuff. So where you get the score finishing there, score finishing there, cut that score to score. See, you need a flat edge. We're going to do the same thing, need a flat edge right here. You need a flat edge over here. You need to take that out because that's going to stop it of closing properly. Now it is two ways to do your box. You can cut at this core. So we're going to cut at this core for now, only on one side. So here it's cut. I turn it around and I would cut here. This is cut, turn it around, and we're going to cut here on this core. Okay, now reinforce all of your score line. So we're going to reinforce this. We're going to reinforce this. And we're going to reinforce this. Now, here, if you cut here, where you get your line there, you're going to take this and fold that straight down. See? I like to take my nails there, but here we go. And then this one can be full or can be removed. So that's why we start on the score. I'm going to show you one that it's on and the other one I'm just going to remove it. That would make it maybe a little bit stronger. But see, this is going to go inside your box and this is going to go right at the top. So you get that little V on top. You can keep it because we're going to put something else on top, or you can remove it completely. So I like to remove it now. First, I was saving it and I'm like, it's no use. So I just removed this. So where you cut it at the score, go on the left side of it to your draw line and remove that. Just on one side. You don't want to do that on across the street there. So just on one. So this one, it is done, done, and then done. So where you get a V, when I say across the street, you want to keep your V. So here, I got still that there, so that going to get removed there. You don't want two of the V taking out on the same street, if that makes sense. I think that's the best way I can explain that. So you take one V out and then turn it around and you take the other V here facing across, should be there. Now you want to reinforce. I know you see a score there, but forget about that score because that score, it's not good for the next step where you get your line. You're going to fold that straight. So you're going to line up the edge of your cut here on the side here. So that should be right at your score, not your score, but the draw that you mark. So the same thing over here. You see that line? You get a score there. Forget about that score. That was for the outside. Now we need for the inside. It's where we draw the line. You're going to bring that straight right here and reinforce this. And so when you're going to close it, the edge going to go right at the edge. See, you get the perfect point. That is where I struggled so much when I did it. But now I think, that was easy. Okay, we still need that, but we need our paper cutter again. And we need to do the cover for this. So the cover, I wanted to have, to cover about 3.5. So I went with 3.25 because I want a little bit of a border. So 3.25 at the top, 278 here. So 3.25, it's 1 5/8 the center. So this is 3.25 right here. And the center of 3.25, it's 1 5/8 or 5/8. And if you're not sure about the measurement of how to cut your paper, the 5/8, 1/8, 1/16 and all that, I got a special video on Stamping 101 on my blog. So now I get my mark right here. The best way to do a mark is clip this close and do your mark. Now you're going to take your mark again to your point. Your mark to your point, cut. Turn this around, your mark to your point, and cut. Holly, I think it's time to do door prize. So anybody that would like to win, I got, oops, this is off here. You have to make sure you stay with your measurement there. There we go. Today's price, it's going to be, I'm going to have two, one at the end and one now. It is Baker's Cherry Cobbler with the white, and you're going to have the lovely lace that one side it's white, one side it's vanilla, or they are so friendly to color. I absolutely love this. So that's going to be the $2 price today, two set of each. I mean, two, I get $2 price, so uh, one will receive one package of the two and one will receive a package of the two. Here we go. Now we're gonna put that at the top here. So let's make sure that when I went and recut there, I free that a bit. Here we go. So now we're gonna cut the, not cut, but adhere. We're gonna glue that at the top of the thing. Here we go. Much easier for me to say. Here we go. Now let's glue. So keep your flap all down here, and you want to put glue on the flap. You want enough glue, but not too much glue, if that makes sense. Okay, now we're gonna lift this up, go right at the edge, go right at the edge. See, you want to have that completely straight. Okay, I still see some people people having trouble with the sound there. We'll check what we can do for the next one. But then I think it's depend on the way your computer is set up, because some people don't have a problem. So that's why couldn't help. He didn't help me for 8 hours. Trust me, I was very frustrated. Then he came, and we got the whole triangle figured out. But then here it would not match. So that's where we finally put two thinking cap together, and that line that I make you do this, you know, find the center of your X, your draw line. That's the important thing of the triangle. So before I ask for any type of help, usually I wait till I'm really don't have no more to go in my little head, and then I ask for help. That's just my personality. So yes, it was very interesting. Now the DSP, this is I listed affectionately yours. So you can, if you don't have the designer paper, the washi tape to match, you can use designer series paper. Floral boutique, that's floral boutique that I got. So the washi tape that I had was too white, and I didn't want to cut the washi tape. That was not in my ball field here. So I cut, this is not half inch, just a little over half inch. I mean a little less than half inch, about 3/8 by 12 inch. It is too long, but it's better too long than too short. So we're going to trim it at the end. So again, this is not washi tape now, because I didn't have the washi tape that was matching the color that I wanted. So I was using a designer series paper. I'm like, wait a minute. So just do about one strip here. Oh, I want to put a little bit here. So I'm going to start right here. And then when you go on the side there, make sure you pinch that and you reinforce that, okay? Now go straight straight down the alley. So I am pretty sure that this is going to be one that you're going to have to watch over and over. And that's one of the reasons I kept it there, and plus with all the problems we had this morning. But the PDF file would help you a lot with all the measurement, absolutely. And plus, oops, make sure your hand are not sticky there. I should have a wet towel or baby wipe here. What was I saying? I lost my mind there. Yes, the PDF file. I mean, some of you are going to say, well, I'm a demonstrator, and that I understand that. We all get choices and all that. But, I mean, I'm going to appreciate all your business, because this was quite a bit of a good chunk of my time that went on this. Here we go. And that's why this morning I was like, no way, I'm giving up. We're going to make this work. Okay. Now, I see I got a little bit of glue there. I'm going to remove that and trim this right at the edge here. Make sure you don't trim your box. That would be sad. Here we go. Here we go. Now, let's see how this works. It's awesome. See that? It fits so tight and lovely. But again, don't be discouraged. Yours don't fit so tight. It depends how tight you're going to close it. And that's why in the other video, I show you how different way to do so. So you can do the same thing. Glue like I did with the other one. And the top, I got a top. Yep. Here's my, well, I should have learned my lesson. You know what? I'm just gonna put a bit of glue here and a bit of glue here. Here we go. Now slide that in, and it's a snug fit. I absolutely love it. And glue this. Here we go. Now the top, see, and that you can put candy. If you saw my blog, I got candy in it, or you can put a tea light. With the window sheet, I didn't like the fairy tale, whatever lights, just because you see all the wire. So you can use operated tea light. So let me remove this, put that in, and you get your tea light. Oh, I got a few cover here. Is that funny? See, some of them fit better than other. Here we go. So now you get your tea light, and here it is all the way done. See? And it's nice because you get the window and you can put many things in it. Okay, let me flip you around so I can talk to you. Well, first, thank you so much for holding on today with the difficulty. The volume, it's something I'm going to be looking at soon. I'm done with this. And again, in the PDF file, you're going to have this one here. Well, after I find out how to make them, let me tell you, I went uptown with those triangle box because I was like, now I know I don't want to forget how. So I did different size, and see, they are so cute. And those ones, see, I don't have the bottom like these here. So it is the bottom, it's like this. So it's a little bit faster. It's easy to do a triangle. A triangle, it's any type of decide how long you want it, and then cut this, not cut, but score all three sides the same and keep a little bit. You get a triangle. The trick is to have the top, a box top. It's easy to do just a bottom, but it was the top. So all this, it's all in the PDF file. A lot more picture, more dimension, explain more how to figure a size of a triangle also. So Holly, if you can pick another winner. Jill Gurley, it's Gurley. If you can email me at frenchiestamps@hotmail.com. I'm going to put that in the mail, and that have to be done by tonight because you have to be present to win. So soon we're done. Come and email me at frenchiestamps with a S at hotmail.com, and I'm going to mail that to you. Now, Ollie will pick another one. Again, if you are interested to get the free PDF file, it's $40 order. And right now with the retire list, with all the discount, I think $40, it's quick done. Here is the hostess code, PX6GHG63. And you can place your order at frenchiestamps.com. Here we go. So I'm looking, somebody's going to Canada to play some bingo. That's funny. So I will read all the comment. I'm sorry about the delay or whatever happened, but like I said, it happened. And I keep on going, right? I'm looking. Oh, Holly, the other winner. Let's check that out here. We're going to wait for Ollie for the next winner. And at that time, I'm just looking here to make sure. Here we go. So we'll see. Okay, we got another one. Denny Bittner. It's DEENIE from Ohio. Iowa. I got a tough time with that. So Jill was from Virginia Beach, and Denny, I'm not sure. You know, you guys, that I butcher every name. I butcher even my kids' names. So don't take that personal. So it's DEENIE. So congratulations, and again, thank you so much for your patience. Life happened. You just have to go with the flow. I think I still did an okay job just doing my project and forget about what happened, right? It's just, that's what it is, the internet. So I'm going to try to figure it out what's wrong. The next one is scheduled for May. It's very shortly here. May 4th, a Thursday night. That's our next one. And when is that hostess code end? That hostess code end next Saturday. So you get till next Saturday. So thank you, and love the project. Thank you so much. Hope that you didn't get too frustrated. I could be very frustrated and toss the towel and say I'm done, but you know what? We just hang up and make it work. So again, thank you so much, and have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye for now.